Good morning, everyone. I want to begin with a question that I think resonates with all of us. How many times have you found yourself saying, "I wish I had more time"? We often feel as though we're running against the clock, always a step behind our goals, dreams, and the things that matter most to us. But what if I told you that, in reality, we have plenty of time? What if the real issue isn't how much time we have, but how we choose to spend it? Time, as we all know, is a resource that once gone never comes back. Unlike money, which can be lost and earned again, or material possessions, which can be replaced, time is truly finite. And yet, so many of us waste this precious resource without even realizing it. Wasting time doesn't always mean lying around doing nothing. Often it's about filling our days with things that don't serve our purpose, don't bring us joy, and don't get us any closer to our true potential. It's about spending hours scrolling through social media, losing ourselves in trivial tasks, or overcommitting to things that don't align with our core values. These are the subtle ways we let our most valuable moments slip away. And the worst part? We often don't realize we're doing it until it's too late. Imagine for a moment that every day you're given $86,400. That's an enormous sum. But there's a catch: you can't save any of it for the next day. Whatever you don't spend is taken away. And you start fresh the next morning with another $86,400. Now, if we think of time this way, each of us gets 86,400 seconds each day. How are we spending them? Are we investing them in activities that create happiness, growth, and success? Or are we letting them drift away, used up in ways that don't move us forward? One of the biggest reasons we waste time is that we take it for granted. We think we have tomorrow, we think we have another week, month, or even years to do what we really want to do. But, as we all know, life is unpredictable. None of us truly knows how much time we have left. And living in this illusion of endless tomorrows is what keeps us from making the most of today. This is where procrastination comes into play. We delay our dreams, telling ourselves that we'll get to them eventually when we're less busy, when the time is right, but the perfect time never comes. There's always something that will stand in our way if we let it. Another factor that holds us back is fear. Sometimes we waste time because we're afraid to step out of our comfort zones. We're afraid of failure, afraid of judgment, and even, at times, afraid of success. So we distract ourselves with things that feel safe, things that don't challenge us, things that don't really require us to show up fully. But when we allow fear to dictate our actions, we're not only wasting time, but wasting potential. Every minute we spend running from what scares us is a minute we could have spent building a life we're proud of. Think about all the dreams you've had throughout your life, the things you told yourself you'd do one day. Maybe it's starting a new career, learning a skill, traveling, or spending more quality time with family. Imagine if you had put in just a little bit of time every day toward those dreams. Where would you be now? Time is a friend to those who use it wisely and an enemy to those who take it for granted. The most successful people aren't the ones who have the most talent, money, or luck. They're the ones who value their time and spend it intentionally. Being intentional with time means understanding that not everything deserves a place on your calendar. We often feel pressured to say yes to every opportunity, every invitation, every task that comes our way. But saying yes to something means saying no to something else. Every choice we make with our time has an opportunity cost. Are we spending our time on things that truly matter, or are we filling our schedules with obligations and activities that don't bring us closer to our goals? It's time we learn to say no to distractions, to time-wasting activities, to anything that doesn't serve our purpose. Now, I want you to think about a typical day in your life. How much of that day is truly productive? How much of it is focused on what you want to achieve, rather than what others expect of you or what's simply convenient? Taking control of your time starts with understanding where it goes. A powerful exercise is to track how you spend your time over the course of a week. Write down everything you do, every minute you spend, and then review it. You might be surprised by how much time is lost on things that don't matter. It's not about working every single second. Rest and relaxation are also essential. It's about making sure that your time is being spent in alignment with your values, your goals, and your dreams. You don't need to fill every hour with productivity, but you do need to make sure that your downtime is genuinely rejuvenating, that it adds value to your life rather than simply being an escape. Another way to stop wasting time is by eliminating the habit of multitasking. We often think that by juggling several tasks at once, we're being more efficient. But studies have shown that multitasking actually makes us less productive and increases stress. When we're constantly switching between tasks, we lose focus and end up spending more time than if we had simply completed one task before moving to the next. Try focusing on one task at a time, giving it your full attention, and you'll be amazed at how much more you can accomplish. Time wasting can also come from the lack of a clear vision or direction. When we don't know what we want, it's easy to drift from one task to the next, filling our days without any real sense of purpose. Take the time to define your goals, both big and small. Having a clear direction will help you prioritize your time, making it easier to focus on what truly matters and ignore the rest. One of the most valuable lessons I've learned is that time is in many ways our greatest teacher. It shows us what's worth pursuing and what's not. It teaches us the importance of presence, of making the most of each moment, and of valuing every second we have. When we learn to respect time, it rewards us with growth, fulfillment, and a sense of accomplishment. I want to leave you with this: stop waiting for the right time to start living the life you want. Stop waiting to be less busy, less scared, or less uncertain. Every moment you have is a moment you could use to bring yourself closer to your dreams. Don't waste it. Be intentional, be courageous, and take control of your time. Because when you stop wasting time, you start creating a life filled with meaning, purpose, and joy. Tracking time to gain awareness is a powerful strategy for anyone seeking to make the most of each day. It involves recording how you spend your time, often down to the hour or even minute, to get a clear, honest view of your daily activities. Many people think they know where their time goes, but a structured tracking exercise often reveals surprising patterns and unproductive habits. Small, seemingly insignificant actions like checking social media, browsing the internet, or getting lost in minor tasks can add up to substantial time drains over the day. This tracking process provides concrete data on how much time is allocated to meaningful work versus how much is lost to distractions and low-priority tasks. By tracking time, you can identify areas where adjustments are needed, allowing you to redirect your energy toward high-value activities that align with your goals. You may notice, for example, that certain tasks take longer than expected, or that you spend too much time on things that don't bring real value to your life or work. Armed with this information, you can make intentional choices about what to cut back on, prioritize, or schedule more effectively. This practice doesn't mean every minute needs to be packed with productivity. Rather, it's about achieving balance by making sure downtime is intentional and rejuvenating, not simply unproductive. Tracking time allows you to align your daily actions with your long-term goals and create a lifestyle that reflects what truly matters to you. It's a way to be mindful of your most limited resource time and to use it in ways that bring you closer to a fulfilling, purpose-driven life. Time is a precious, finite resource that, once spent, can never be reclaimed. Unlike money or possessions, which can be regained or replaced, time is uniquely irreversible. Every moment that passes is gone forever, making it one of the most valuable assets we have. Recognizing this can be a powerful motivator to use time wisely and purposefully, focusing on activities and relationships that bring meaning and joy. However, many people go through life as though time is unlimited, assuming they can always catch up on their goals or passions later. This mindset can lead to procrastination, missed opportunities, and regret. When we remember that time is limited, it encourages us to prioritize what truly matters, be present, and avoid wasting moments on trivial distractions. Embracing the finite nature of time allows us to live more intentionally, make meaningful progress toward our dreams, and cultivate deeper connections with the people we care about. Wasting time often goes unnoticed because it tends to happen in small, seemingly insignificant increments that add up over the course of a day. Checking social media for just a minute, browsing through emails without a purpose, or repeatedly postponing small tasks can feel harmless in the moment. These minor distractions, however, can gradually consume hours of our day, subtly pulling us away from more meaningful pursuits. Unlike obvious time wasters such as deliberately taking an extended break, these little actions fly under our radar, making them hard to detect and easy to justify. Without actively reflecting on where our time goes, we often don't realize how much of it is slipping through our fingers. This is why regular self-assessment is crucial. When we pause to examine our daily routines, we gain insight into habits that may be unintentionally draining our time. Acknowledging these unnoticed time wasters can be a wake-up call to make better choices, stay focused on what's important, and reclaim valuable moments in our day. Saying no is a powerful tool for preserving focus and protecting your time. Often we feel pressured to say yes to every request, opportunity, or invitation that comes our way, fearing we'll miss out or disappoint others. But every time we say yes to something that doesn't align with our priorities, we're essentially saying no to something else that might be more meaningful or productive. Overcommitting can quickly lead to overwhelm, scattering our attention and draining our energy. Learning to say no allows us to take control of our time, prioritize our goals, and focus on what truly matters. It's not about rejecting others, it's about setting boundaries that align with our values and personal goals. When we become comfortable saying no to distractions or commitments that aren't essential, we free up more time and mental space for the tasks that bring us closer to our aspirations. This intentional choice empowers us to work with clarity, purpose, and direction, enabling us to achieve more and maintain a sense of balance in our lives. Productivity doesn't require filling every second with tasks. Instead, it's about making the best use of your time and energy. There's a common misconception that to be productive, we must constantly be in motion, completing one task after another without pause. However, this approach often leads to burnout, diminished creativity, and reduced effectiveness over time. True productivity comes from a balance of focused work and intentional rest, which refreshes the mind and sustains long-term motivation. In fact, short breaks, relaxation, and moments of mindfulness can greatly enhance productivity. These breaks allow us to recharge, think creatively, and return to tasks with renewed focus. The goal is not to work every minute, but to be fully engaged and present during the time we do dedicate to our tasks. By recognizing the value of rest as part of a productive routine, we can work more efficiently and consistently toward our goals without sacrificing our well-being. Embracing this balance makes productivity sustainable and helps prevent the pitfalls of constant busyness. A lack of clear vision can lead to what's often called time drift, where we move through each day without a defined purpose, allowing our time to slip away on unimportant tasks. Without a clear direction, it's easy to get caught up in routine activities, distractions, or tasks that don't bring us closer to our goals. We may end up spending hours on things that don't serve a larger purpose simply because we haven't clarified what that purpose is. Having a clear vision acts as a guiding compass for how we spend our time. When we know what we're working toward, whether it's a personal goal, a career objective, or a deeper sense of fulfillment, we're more likely to prioritize activities that align with those aims. This clarity helps us avoid drifting through the day and empowers us to use our time in meaningful, intentional ways. Intentional time management is essential for living a life that aligns with our goals and values. When we're intentional with our time, we actively choose how we spend each hour, focusing on the tasks and relationships that matter most. Rather than letting our day be dictated by distractions or reactive tasks, we plan and prioritize based on what truly brings value to our lives. Without intentional time management, it's easy to fall into patterns of mindless activity, where we respond to every notification, tackle minor tasks that feel urgent but are unimportant, and put off the projects that could lead to real progress. Being deliberate with time requires us to set clear priorities, define what success looks like in different areas of our life, and create a schedule that reflects those priorities. This approach doesn't mean packing every moment with work. Instead, it involves balancing focused work with restorative breaks and quality time with loved ones. Intentional time management helps us live with purpose and direction, ensuring that our actions align with our values and long-term goals. It's the difference between a life that feels scattered and one that feels deeply fulfilling. In conclusion, I want to emphasize the importance of being mindful about how we use our time. Every moment is an opportunity to grow, to connect, and to work towards the life we envision for ourselves. By recognizing that time is a precious and finite resource, we can make intentional choices that reflect our true priorities. We can track our time to gain awareness of where it goes, say no to distractions that don't serve our goals, and understand that productivity doesn't mean being busy every second. Instead, it means focusing our energy on what truly matters and maintaining a clear vision that guides our actions. So I challenge each of you to take a moment today to reflect on how you spend your time. Consider what adjustments you can make to live more intentionally, to reclaim those lost hours, and to invest in what brings you joy and fulfillment. Remember, life is not just about the passing of time, it's about how we choose to fill it. Let's commit to making every second count. Thank you for your time and attention, and let's move forward with purpose.